Hey everybody, welcome back to Angel Motivation. Okay, so let's do a reading. Right off the bat, I heard the song "Massive Attack" by Nicki Minaj. That is an old song. Okay, probably like 10, 15 years ago. And I'm hearing that you got somebody, a mother figure, who has waged war against you in the spirit. Yep. Yep. And this is a massive attack. You have been under massive attacks, plural. You had a lot of people come up against you in the spirit because of who you are becoming. Okay? These are people who counted you out. These are people who, like, they thought you would become nothing. They held your past against you. So now I'm hearing that, like, you're older now, right? And who you used to be when you were young, you didn't even know who you were. You were finding yourself, okay? When you were a teenager, you might have made some choices. It's crazy how people want to hold your past actions against you. When you were a kid, you were a child, you didn't know any better, okay? Not just that, but you also did not have good examples around you, like your family, your parental figures. They were neglecting you. They did not give you anything to look up to. You know, they were living their life as though they were not parents. That's how they were living their life. They were living their life like they didn't have a responsibility to raise you. Okay? And so these are the same people, them and other family members. These are the same people who already counted you out based on who you were as a teenager, as a young child, based on, decisions that you made when you were, when you didn't even know who you really were. Okay, everybody has a past. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? But especially when you don't have someone to look up to, or someone, taking responsibility to raise you. I hope I'm making sense. Especially when you don't have somebody who takes the time out to guide you. You literally, okay, I'm hearing that this mother figure, she didn't raise you on purpose, okay? This could be a father figure as well, but I'm really getting a mother figure. She chose not to raise you on purpose. Things that you should have learned, she didn't teach you because she didn't want you to know better. She didn't want you to be better. All right? She didn't want you to be better than her. She felt like her life was ruined when you were born. I gotta slow down when I talk. She felt like when you were born, you ruined her life. She wishes that she could go back to a time when you were not here. She feels like she could have lived her life differently. But even after you were born, this mother figure continued to make terrible choices in her life. But she doesn't take accountability for her actions, for her choices. She blames you instead. You are the scapegoat in the family, okay? You are the one they blame for everything, even if it has nothing to do with you, even if you're no longer there, even if you've separated yourself. They blame you for everything. They blame you for abandoning the family. They call you stuck up and arrogant, and they say that you think you're better because you chose peace. It's not like there was harmony in this family or this home that this mother figure created. Okay, let's get into the energy. Yeah, the devil is already out here. So the devil represents obsession, okay, addictions, okay. There could actually be devil worship going on, or and then the Hierophant is out here, and in tarot the Hierophant is the most high God. So that's crazy already. You got the devil and you have God showing up in this reading. I said that this mother figure waged war against you in the spirit. It wasn't just her though, it was many people who waged war against you. But in this reading, I am going to focus on this mother figure. Maybe in another reading I will dive deeper into the other energies who are also waging war against you. I don't know, I might be guided to talk about it in this reading, but for now we're going to focus on this mom. All right. But yeah, she waged war against you because of who you are becoming. She wanted to keep you trapped, okay? This is the reason why they use your past against you. They want you to feel like you cannot grow past that. You were a teenager. Whatever mistakes you made, okay, they used your past. They use your past against you. Okay? You were a teenager. You had no guidance. So you were learning, okay? Look at that. Learning through heartbreak and failure. So you might have, all right, you might have experienced a lot of heartbreak as a young person, but each heartbreak taught you a lesson and it formed you into the person that you are today. That's why this mother figure is so upset with you, because she thought that if she didn't raise you, you would become a failure, that you would make bad choices too, just like her, because she made terrible choices in her life. She felt like, okay, if you made bad choices, you would become a failure. But you did the opposite. You made bad choices and then you learned from those bad choices, and then you rerouted, okay, and then you started walking a straight path, okay? So like, even though this mother neglected you, God did not neglect you, okay? And you know, this could be a father figure too. You might not have any of your parents. It might be your mom and your father who neglected you, but the Most High God never neglected you, just so you know. I think you already know, because your life is a testimony. That's why this mother figure is so mad, because she doesn't understand how you turned out the way that you are right now. You are considered a success. You might not feel like you're successful, but you're successful because you fought the odds, you beat the odds. Okay, show me the cards I need to see, Spirit. All right. Yeah, King of Swords is out here. So already, like, this is a narcissist mother, all right, who strategized against you with the Seven of Swords here. Lots of sword. So this is like sharp communication. This is probably someone who talked down on you. This is probably somebody who, okay, with the crows here, this could be definitely be some kind of like spell work. Spell work doesn't always have to be like, you know, mystical. It could just be the mouth. It could just be speaking negativity onto you. She probably said a lot of things about you, like you were never going to make it, lied on your reputation, lied to other family members about you so that nobody else would help you when you reached out. Okay, she said that you were sneaky. All right, please forgive me, because I'm hearing she might have called you, all right, fast. She might have said you were fast. If you know, you know. All right. If you're a woman watching this reading, she might have called you a hoe. Yeah, sorry about that. Disclaimer, I might say bad words. She might have said that you were doing stuff in the nighttime, that you were into drugs. Like, she just came up with everything and anything, all these stories, elaborate lies to paint an image of you, to make you look bad, so that nobody can help you. If you ever, she didn't want no one to help you. She wanted to be the only one you could reach out to. Okay? So if you were ever, because these crows out here, this is like gossip. So if you were ever in a bind and you try to reach out to other family members, she would have already worked on them with her mouth, talking trash about you, saying things about you that was not true, so you couldn't get help from anybody else. So she would be your only line of help. She wanted you to crawl and beg for her attention. Page of Cups is out here, okay? She wanted you to crawl and beg for her attention. She wanted you to be a people pleaser. So you might have been a people pleaser when you were younger, okay? People pleaser. What I mean by that is that you might have fought really hard for your mother's love and attention, and she never gave it to you. She did that on purpose. The reason why she did that was because she loved soaking or siphoning off of your energy. The state that you're in when you're neglected, the state that you're in when you're rejected, when you're looking for love but you're turned away, that state is the what's that called? The soft spot? What's it? I can't find the words, but that's where she needed you to be, so she could siphon off that energy. The state that you're not good enough, that you have to keep trying to please her. She loved that. She loved when you were in that energy, seeking for her validation. And she would never give it to you, but you would keep looking for it. She loved it. She ate off of that energy. That energy filled her up like it was her juice. Okay, it was a sweet spot. There you go. That's the word, sweet spot. I said soft spot. So she loved having you in that place where you would always wish for this love from her. I don't know if you can see that. You would always wish for this love. You were always in your head just daydreaming about what that looks like, to have a good relationship with your mom or your dad, your family. And like, your head is in the clouds, but if you could see, that's a pig flying. I don't know, I can't get this to focus, but that's a flying pig. So when pigs fly, okay, this person was never going to give you that love that you dreamed for. And the Ace of Pentacles fell out in the reverse, so that's that stability, okay? You were never going to get it. Not from her. She never planned on giving you the stability that you need. The Knight of Cups came out, so that's like a message, but it's a knight form, so it's an emotional message, but it's not one to be taken serious. So she might have did this tug and pull, make you feel like you were moving towards a deeper connection, a deeper bond, and then she'd pull back and you would be chasing for that validation. It's kind of like an addiction, like an adrenaline rush, or the what's the word? I am in a loss for words. When a dopamine hit, there you go, dopamine. So like she would show you some validation, show you some attention, give you some love. You would get that dopamine hit, and then she'd pull back, and then you'd be chasing her for that validation, and she would ignore you, or she would never give you an approval, never make you feel like what you were doing was enough, have you chasing for that same dopamine hit. She did that on purpose because it kept you in a sweet spot where she could feed off of that energy. She loved it when you were in that people-pleasing energy where you cared so much about her attention, but something flipped inside of you. Something flipped where you stopped caring about her validation. You started living for yourself. Okay? It has to do with lessons. It has to do with learning lessons. Okay? Look at that. The high priestess is out here. So this could be a mother figure, but this could be you too. Okay? Using your intuition, being guided by the Most High God. I'm telling you, she made sure that she did not raise you on purpose. There were things like that you needed to be taught that only your parent should have taught you, could have taught you, right? Like things about life, things about people, things about choices. Look, the devil is out here. Okay? She didn't want you to learn. She didn't teach you. She wanted you to like make bad decisions and ruin your life. She felt like she ruined her own life. She wanted you to ruin your life. She didn't want you to have opportunities and chances. Okay? She saw that you were special when she gave birth to you. She knew that you were gifted. You have many gifts. Okay? Many talents. Alright? I'm getting that from the Ace of Pentacles. Alright? You have been blessed. You have many gifts and many talents. I'm hearing you could be a jack of all trades. Like you're so special. You're so talented. You could do anything you put your mind to. You're very smart. Very intelligent. Alright? You may not have been a great student in school, but that's because of the instability you had at home. So you didn't have support in school. That was her fault. She didn't want you to be great in school. You may have siblings and she put you up against each other and she made you feel like the scapegoat. Alright, she might have made a sibling the golden child and made you the scapegoat. She makes you the example of what not to be. She tells your siblings not to be like you because you're a failure. She keeps painting you out to be a failure. She keeps trying, and this is where the spell work comes in. Alright, because I believe that a mother's prayer is better than any prayer, okay? But a mother's curse is just as, can be just as powerful, okay? So this mother figure kept cursing your life, kept saying like you're a failure, you're a failure, you're a failure. She's putting that on you, okay? She's cursing your life. She's cursing your name. And she kept saying, don't be like so-and-so. This person is a failure. Okay? So, it's a shame. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. 5 of Wands. That's conflict. That's competition. That's jealousy. That's rivalry. Okay? So, she wanted to put you in competition with, if you have siblings, with your siblings. Okay? If you don't have siblings, you might be the only child. But you were always like, she was in competition with you. Okay? Yeah. So, let's say you do have siblings. All of you guys were fighting for her love. Look at that. Let's just look at that. All of y'all were fighting for her love. And she made it seem like her love was inaccessible. Like it was something you had to fight for. But, you know, you and your siblings could be like real cool with each other. You might have a good relationship with your siblings. You might not because of this mother figure. All right. But if you do have a good relationship with your siblings, then her tactics to have you compete didn't work. But at the same time, yeah, this mother figure is competing with you. She sees you as her rivalry. She sees you as her rivalry. Okay? She feels like when you were born, you came to take her place, or you came to be better than her, and she didn't want you to be better. Like you came to break generational curses. Like you were the generational curse breaker in the family. She didn't like that. Yeah, there's a tower moment here. So you came to break generational curses in the family. You being born was a tower moment. All right? And I was going to say, you being born was a tower moment because you came to expose what is not true. And then the moon came out. So there you go, right? Because the moon is like secrets, okay? Hidden emotions, hidden feelings. So you came to expose how this mother figure truly feels about you. The devil is in her head, okay? She is in her head about you, making him feel obsessed with you, okay? And please switch this up. If this is a father figure, then he is obsessed with you. He's in competition with you. He doesn't want you to be better than him, okay? This is somebody who wanted you to have burdens, 10 of Wands. Okay, they wanted you to be homeless, unstable. All right? They wanted your life to always fall apart. They wanted to pretend like they support you. Like you could always come back to them. Because you might have tried to be stable on your own. You might have left a family to go and live your life, all right? Which I believe everybody has the right to do that. Like children are supposed to leave the nest and see the world with their own eyes and figure out what it is they want to do in this life. You had that right, but your mother punished you for wanting to see the world, so she waged spiritual war against you so that you would have instability, okay, so that you could keep coming back to her. She would look like she supports you when she really doesn't. It's just that she wanted to siphon off your energy. Yeah, justice is here, okay? So she wanted you to be like a failure so she could feel better about herself. But there's justice here, so let's clarify that. Look at that. So that's the 9 of Swords. This is stress. This mother figure tried to keep you stressed out, but now she's stressing out because of who you are becoming. So if it was hard for you to leave a family, that was not on accident. That was on purpose. All right, it was not for no reason. You had hardship, trying to get on your feet, trying to be stable in life. You had spiritual opposition. It was coming from your mom. She didn't want you to be stable, okay? But you got the victory, all right? The Lord has been with you. The Most High God, your angels have been with you the whole time, protecting you against spiritual wars that you did not see. Spiritual attacks, massive attack. That's what I heard earlier. Yeah. And now because you're breaking the generational curses, the spells that even she casted on you, you're breaking those spells, and you're still becoming who it is God sent you to be. Okay, you're about your Father's business. You're doing the work that you were told to do. You are on a mission, and nobody can come in between that, not even your own mother. But for some reason she feels like she has the right to like intervene with your destiny. Now she's stressed out because who you're becoming is exposing who she is. The King of Cups fell in the reverse. So she's heartless. She has like, the King of Cups is somebody who manages their emotions, okay? They're like emotionally stable, emotionally balanced. But it fell in the reverse. So this is somebody who just didn't love you. Alright? So I think that you're in the spotlight somehow. Queen of Swords is out here. It's in the upright. Okay? And the Temperance card is out here. This is balancing light and dark. Okay? But this is how like you become an angel, is by balancing the good and the bad. I'm gonna come back to that. Okay, and the Queen of Swords is thinking strategically. Okay, you're cutting people off. Alright, you're protecting yourself. You see how she has her cup locked up? That is your emotions. You're protecting who has access to that. Okay, you're no longer giving to someone who doesn't appreciate your love. So if you're in the spotlight somehow, I feel like there's this like, I don't know, I keep hearing spiritual pressure. I don't know what that's about. Okay, for you to, people are asking questions about your background, where you came from, because you're great. Whatever it is that you're working on is amazing. And people are asking about who you are and your background. How did you come to be? You know, they want to know about your family. They want to know, you know, how your family treated you. Why are you so amazing? Why are you so awesome? How did your family contribute? But from what I'm hearing in this reading, your family is not the reason why you're amazing. You were born to be great. And so when you tell your story, your mother is not involved, not the way that she's supposed to be. And so that's why she's being exposed. She tried so hard to keep you from being great. She tried so hard to keep you from this spotlight. She didn't want you to get any kind of recognition at all. Okay? But now that you're getting recognition, it's not like she could benefit off of it. It's not like she could be a part of your success. She didn't want to support you. She tried to keep you stuck. So now she has to watch you win. And she can't be a part of it. And you might be alone. Of course, you know you're never alone. You always have the angels and the Most High. But I'm talking about the people who are supposed to be there. The people who are supposed to have your back. Like your mother. She was given a job. A divine job by the Most High. She was supposed to support you. And she chose to work against you and against God. Okay? To keep you from becoming who you are today, or who you are becoming. She tried to keep you from that. She didn't She did not answer her calling. So now she's being exposed. She's being exposed because you're alone. And people are asking questions like, where's your family? Where's your support? Why are you so alone? You know? And you have a very inspirational story, because you beat the odds. Because you're alone, you have no support. Most people don't become anything. Most people die. Unfortunately, I do have to say that. Most people, when they don't have the support of their mother, their father, they die. Or they end up addicted to drugs on the street, you know? I don't want to say becoming a nobody, because no one is nobody. Everybody is somebody. But I think you understand what I mean. Like, you are not going to be known. You were not supposed to be known because the odds were stacked up against you. But you beat the odds. So you're so inspirational. You did it on your own, even though the odds were stacked up against you. And that is exposing her because of the lies that she said about you. She called you all of these things, and she said that you were a failure, that you were into things that you were not into. But now, because you're in the spotlight, people are starting to see you, and they're realizing she has been lying about you the whole time. And that's why she's stressed out. Exactly, 8 of Swords. Because she tried to keep you stuck. Alright, this is spiritually stuck. See those crows? And they're tying this woman up in string. So she tried to bind you in the spirit, and it's clarifying the devil. Okay? She tried to bind you. She tried to bind you. She didn't want you to be anything. Okay? She tried to keep you stuck. But there's this judgment. Okay, you see this woman, her spirit is free. So you broke whatever she was trying to bind you to. She tried to bind your spirit to poverty. Okay? To lack. To failure. She tried to bind your spirit. She didn't want you to be free. And then you got the Queen of Wands out here. Alright? And the Queen of Wands is manifesting. So you're out here, you're manifesting. But this Queen of Wands could be her as well. But I feel like, take it as you wish, you know. I feel like you're manifesting the life that you want. And it's clarifying the Tower. So she's shocked. She's surprised. How did you break the spell work? You know, the spell work, it could have been working for some time. This was before you claimed your power. Alright, I said this was going to come back. I was going to come back to this. Okay? This was before you claimed your power. Because you know why? Because, you know, you got light and you have dark. And you can never be too good. And you can't be bad. You know, you can't be 100% bad. But when you're like in the center, that's when you get these wings. Alright? That's when you become this light being. Okay? This angel. So like, you had a past. You did some things that you're probably not proud of, but those things taught you. They taught you. Alright, you learned your lesson. And it's through the dark that you got your light. Okay? And that's called balance. It's balance. It's yin and yang. Alright? And she tried to use your past against you. But you're free now. Okay, she might have binded you to. She tried to bind you to your past. Try to be like, oh, remember when you did this? Oh, you ain't never gonna be nothing because of this, that. But you were young. You were a teenager. You were a child. And so, like, you did not let that hold you. And you might have let it hold you down for a while because you didn't know your power yet. But now that you're knowing your power because you're manifesting this life that you want, right? Now you got your wings. Look at that. Now you got your wings. You could fly. You can fly. All right. What I mean by flying, I don't know. I believe in a lot of things. I'm very open-minded. So if you can actually fly, then you can actually fly. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying figuratively, you can fly. So if there was a dream that you had, that you say you were going to do something, like there was a goal, a plan, an idea that you were working on, and you said that you were going to accomplish that idea, and they tried to talk you out of it. People tried to talk you out of it. People didn't support you. Your mom did not support you. Your father, your family did not support you. They said that you were going to fail, that you should just give up now. You kept pushing because you believed in yourself. And now you're doing the dream that you said that you would do. You're doing the idea. You're actually, it's not an idea anymore. It's your reality now. It's your reality, and now you can fly. So people are like, whoa, the collective said they were going to do this, and they're actually doing it. Collective is flying. Okay, and so now you're waking up other people. So maybe if you have siblings, your siblings can see, wait, hold on, I thought you said collective was a failure, but collective is successful. So you're showing your siblings that they can fly. Okay, you're freeing people by the life that you're living, the goals that you're accomplishing. You're freeing people. And so you're like ruining this mother figure's plan to keep everybody stuck in this place where she could siphon off of these people's energy. And the Ace of Wands is out here. So this is a new passionate beginning. All right. But this is like ideas. Something that you're really passionate. Something you're involved in. Okay. And the Hierophant came out again. So look at that. And that was in the pre-shuffle. So the devil and the Hierophant. This is like the devil and God are like at war. They're fighting. All right, but you already know who already won. God always has the victory. The Most High always has the victory, right? Because they wage war against you in spirit. That these people, that your mom and these other energies that I said are also waging war against you in spirit. They didn't want you to wake up, because if you wake up so many others. All right, you start showing people that they can do it too. They can fly too. That if they got an idea, a dream that's in their heart, you know, God put it there, and all they have to do is take that first step and believe in themselves, work on it. It might take time, it might take dedication, but it's possible. You're showing so many people that it's possible, that anything is possible. You can fly. But this mother figure doesn't want people to believe in themselves. She needs to keep you, your siblings, stuck, so she can siphon off of that energy. She wants you to believe that you are, that she is your lifeline. You I would like to say most parents, they have children out of love, right? But some parents, like this mother, she had children not out of love. She had children to feed her ego. She had children to look up to her and make her feel like she's somebody, like this is her kingdom, okay? And you are her servants or subordinates or something like that. All right, she's mad because you won't go with the storyline that she has in her head. She lies to herself. This mother figure is delusional. All right, she believes in her lies, in her own lies. But every time you step out of the storyline, every time you step out on faith, every time you leave her to go and find yourself in the world, to see what it is that you're meant to do in this world, you injure her. You give her a narcissistic injury, a blow to her ego, a blow to what she's trying to believe, this world that she's trying to build of delusions, these lies. Every time you step out on faith, you expose the truth. She hates that about you. She hates that. All right? She hates that. Fired up. Or I'm not lying. Okay? I can't make this up. You saw it. She hates that about you. You keep injuring her. Weigh your emotions carefully. Find equilibrium within. Okay? So like I said, that's that darkness and that light. And you're finding that balance. Okay? And that's that Queen of Swords. Now you're protecting your emotions and who has access. Because this is a mother who could easily get you emotionally upset. She could get you to react. Okay, she could say something, she could press a button, and she would have you all in your emotions, upset and yelling and angry. Like, she could have you vibrating low, in a low frequency. When you're crying, when you're stressed out, when you're depressed, that's a low frequency. She wanted to keep you there, stuck, hating yourself, believing that you're ugly, that you ain't never gonna be anything, that nobody can ever love you. She wanted to keep you stuck. But somehow, and you already know that somehow is the Most High. All right, somehow you got out of that bondage. You stopped listening to the noise that she was speaking over you. You started listening to yourself or to your angels, and you started working on yourself. And now you become something that she cannot control anymore. And she doesn't know how you got there. All right? Trust the signals. The universe knows your path. She don't know how you got there. Journey, voyage. She don't know how you got there. I'm telling you. Okay? Because she tried to make it hard for you. This woman waged war against you in spirit. She might have made a contract with the devil, a deal with the devil to keep you stuck. Okay, let's go. The devil and keeping you stuck. She might have made a deal with the devil to keep you stuck. She did not want you. She knew that you had a calling on your life when you were born. that you were here to break generational curses. But she didn't want that for you. She wanted that for herself. But she lived a life of like bad choices. So she wanted you to mess up your life because she messed up her life. That's why you had such a hard time in life. You had hardship. Look at that. This is 10 of Wands. But you see how she's traveling. But you see how she got like all these heavy load like with her. But those hardships, that journey that you had to take, that path that the universe took you on, that, listen, you learned some things that there was no other way you would have been able to learn. Some things that, you can't learn that at school. You had to learn it from the streets. You got street smart. Because of the things that you've been through. You went through the fire and you came back a diamond. And now she's seeing you, she's looking at you, she's watching you, and she's mad. Look at that, breaking the mirage. Okay, clearing the fog. Because you can see now past the illusions that she tried to keep you stuck in mentally. She tried to keep you stuck. But you can see now, and she can see that you know who you are. Refuge of flowering soul. Cultivate your spirit. You're cultivating your spirit. You know who you are. Okay? Let me see. As you sow, so shall you reap. Because you've been working on something and you're getting recognition. You're in this light. People are seeing you for how great you are. But she's about to reap what she sows. Yeah, that's about to backfire. Yes, it is. Because when she waged war against you, she waged war against God. Yeah, because she thought she could come in between your destiny, God's plan for you. Why would she think she can do that? Because she's a narcissist and she thinks that she's bigger than God. She thinks she's bigger than the program. She thinks everything is about her. But it's about to hit her 10 times fold. Everything that she's been doing to you. It's going to come back around. It's coming home to roost. Okay? Yeah. Confronting the beast within. Me. It's coming home to roost. That's the judgment. It's clarifying judgment. All that conflict that she brought your way for no reason. Look at that conflict, judgment, and confronting the beast within me. Because that mirror, okay? Look. You becoming who you are is like holding a reflection to her and who she is. She's seeing that she couldn't stop you. She could not block you. You're still going to become great. You're still going to do what it is the Lord sent you to do in this world. She can't block you. Now she got to look at herself in the mirror and confront that beast. Yeah, she can't run from the beast. That beast is tormenting her. You see how this man is like holding his head in agony? You see how the devil is pulling those strings? That beast is tormenting her. And you know the devil is a beast. He got them horns. Tormenting her. Because she tried so hard to break you and she could not. Look at that unexpected surprise. Yeah, you're getting everything that you you worked hard for in this life. The bull of strength. It's a masculine force, flame, resolute, rules, leadership, dominance, control power, commanding presence. You have a commanding presence. And there goes that beast again. I'm saying you got that commanding presence. People are seeing you for what it is that you bring. Hazy illusions. Look at that. What it is you bring to the table. What it is you bring to this world. The gift that you are to so many people. You're a blessing. You're a blessing. Okay? You came here to be a blessing to so many people. You came here to help and uplift humanity. That's who you are. By being yourself. You are good enough. She tried to make you believe that you're not. You are. Let's get some words. She tried to make you believe that you're not good enough. But you are more than good enough. You are exceptional. Okay, you are a masterpiece, a work of art, a creation of the Most High God. Oh my God, that's crazy. Hold on. These ones to come out. Look at that. Top hat. Papa Legba. So she and then dark spirits came out. So she really did try to come and wage war against you. She went to the underworld to try to sacrifice you, to give up your soul. You can't give what's not yours. You cannot do that. Okay, you can try, but when the Lord spoke, when God has his hand on somebody, you can't be promising things that you can't guarantee. Because Papa Legba, or the top-hatted man, he's coming to collect. Now you got to pay the piper. Right? Yeah. What'd I say? The birds are coming home to roost. Now you got to pay the piper. Because you done made all these promises in the underworld, giving up a spirit that's not yours. And you could not keep up with your deal. Okay, I'm talking to this karmic mom. She could not keep up with her deal. Now you gotta pay. You're gonna have to pay regardless. Yeah. They don't want to hear none of that. They don't care about no excuses. They don't want to hear it. You should never make a promise you can't keep. Jealous. Okay? Jealous of you. You should never make a promise you can't keep. Jealous of your future. Okay? I'm telling you, she knew who you were when you were born. She knew about she saw the star that was on your head when you were born. She tried to take it. Ooh, wow. If there's a father, so like I said, it could be a father figure. It could be a father figure. It could be both. It could be a mother and a father who work together to take your star. That's wild. That is wild. Oh my gosh. Promise. Magician. Okay? You should not be making promises you can't keep. Over here doing magic. Witchcraft. Alright? Look at that. Rotten. Rotten. Devil. Direct activity. Didn't I say this was a massive attack? A massive attack. And home. Look at that. The birds are coming home to roost. But they also tried to affect your stability. They kept coming for you. And coming for you. And coming. Oh my God, they would not stop. Her, your father. Look at that. Knight of Cups. Look at that. Success. Your success. That's what they were trying to come in between. Reversed. Work. The work has been reversed. The work has been reversed. The spell work. Hierophant. Demons. Past. Okay? So like I said, they kept trying to hold your past against you. Alright? They did some contracts with demons to come up against you. Okay, this is also what I got, right? I got like missing, hack. They wanted you to go missing. Nutrition. They didn't want you to be healthy. They didn't want you to eat. They wanted you to be like depressed and, you know, skinny, losing weight. If you were losing weight, if you could not pick up food, if there was a time where you couldn't eat, you were depressed and all that, yeah, that's because they were throwing that energy to you. They were the ones behind it. Yeah, but I heard that she saw your life moving forward. She saw that you were gaining success, momentum. She could not understand why you were being so successful. She said to herself that it had to be God, because she knows how much she did to you behind closed doors. She knows that she tried to keep you stuck. The only way that you could have survived all these attacks, because she saw you being hurt by the attacks. She saw the attacks were working on you. When you were not eating, when you were like, I don't know, malnourished, when you were depressed, when you were having suicidal thoughts, okay, whatever it was, she knew about it. And she said, you know, this would be the end of you, because she sent those demons after you. The demons of depression and suicide. Those kind of demons. She sent those demons after you. The only way you could be successful right now is that there's God in your life. That there is a God. That there is a Most High. Alright? You're making a believer out of these people. You're making a believer out of them. And now she's like, oh no, exactly. Oh no, karma. Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. Took the words right out my mouth. Yeah. Oh no, because there's no way that you were able to survive all those attacks. If you're able to survive, she's going to prison for something. Her father figure, whoever, they're going to prison. I don't know if it's spiritual prison or hell. I don't know. They're going. Exactly. Yeah. Oh no, because if you were able to make it out of that alive, then it's going to, all that spell work is going to reverse and backfire. Those chickens are coming home to roost. Okay? Ancestors got your back. Okay? Yeah, your ancestors are also her ancestors. Alright? And they're upset with her because you were sent to break generational curses. You were meant to free the bloodline. And here she is trying to block that. Who the hell does she think she is? Because of her jealousy, she trying to block. And the ancestors is like, we need to get free from this debt. Alright? You are breaking generational curses over your family. Your ancestors are rooting for you. They want you to break those generational curses so that, you know, they can be clear of whatever debt. And then here, your mama, your father come along trying to block that out of jealousy. Come on. Come on. Because she or he want to be the curse breaker. They want to be the captain. They want to be the leader. They want it to be them, not you. Alright, so I'm going to close this up now. I'm going to close this up with some angel cards, angel messages. See what the angels got to say. And if you have a question, alright, yes or no, ask that question right now. I want you to meditate on that question, and then I'm going to get an answer. All right. You know, you were meant to be the blessing in this family, and she could not accept that. That's a shame. You know, everybody want to be the blessing, nobody want to be blessed. Isn't that crazy? You were meant to be the blessing. She was meant to be blessed by your presence. Instead of being grateful, instead of supporting you, she would rather be against you because she wanted to be the blessing. She wanted it to be her. Everybody want to be the captain. Nobody wants to be a soldier. Everybody want to be a leader. Nobody want to be a follower. I mean, I get that part, but Jesus had followers, right? Wasn't nobody about to get on that cross and be crucified. Nobody was about to do that. I don't want to hear it. Ain't nobody had balls. All right, please excuse my French. Nobody had the guts to be crucified on that cross like Jesus was crucified. Like, that took a lot of courage. He knew it was coming, and he still went through with it. Wasn't nobody about to be the sacrifice. Nobody was gonna do that. What? But everybody want to be the leader, though. Everybody want to be a leader. Nobody want to be a follower. Nobody want to be a supporter, right? Okay, goddess of strength. Stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. So you have to do that. You have to be strong, like that bull of strength, the bull of strength. You have to be strong. You have to believe in yourself. You have to hold your ground against this mother figure, okay? Angel of vision. Someone is not real. Oh my God. Someone is not revealing part of the story. Trust your feelings over what others say. You have to trust yourself because, like I said, this person, this mother figure, tried to make it look like you could trust her. Like she wanted to be your only lifeline. She tried to make it look like she supported you. Angel of diet and nutrition. Again, it came out. Okay, angel of diet and nutrition. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you. Okay, so this person might have been cooking. All right, your mama might have been cooking some food and she was putting something in the food to hurt you. So you have to trust your intuition with the angel of vision. Look at that. Goddess of strength. It had to do with your strength. This woman, she was trying to attack your solar plexus. Okay, she might have been cooking and putting something in the food. She could have been speaking over your food. Remember in the beginning of the reading I spoke about spell work and how it didn't always have to be like, you know, something mystical. It could have just been her talking. So she could have been speaking over your food. All right, she could have been cooking your food with some type of ill intention, and every time you ate from her you felt sick. Wow, it could have been that. Goddess of oneness. Someone you love is thinking fondly of you at the moment. These are your ancestors, okay? Your ancestors are thinking about you at the moment. Yeah, you might have a grandmother figure who passed away. She loves you. She loves you. Or a grandfather figure. Somebody who just passed away, an uncle and auntie, love you so much. They know how much you went through. They know how, you know, your parents neglected you and even became oh my gosh, I cannot speak. Even became opposed. God of art. The artist within you is about to emerge. Something you're working on, okay? Something, and then there goes that wand again. Look at that wand. You see how like that light is in the middle of her head? That light is in the middle of his head. All right, you are waking up. It's something that you're working on, that you've been working on, and you believing in yourself, and it's coming to light, and people are seeing how amazing you are. I don't care what it is, you are impacting so many people. You're impacting so many people to believe in themselves, and you're impacting people because they love the work that you do. They think you're an inspiration, you're incredible, okay? Angel of communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Alright, so like, honestly, this might be to your mom. You might be telling her what it is. You might be calling her out. But at the same time, this could be your work. You might be like communicating something at work, whatever it is that you're working on. God of conflict resolution. You are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. Okay, yeah, that's what I really wanted to say about this card here. Angel of communication. So I would not advise you to confront this mother figure about everything she's been doing to you, because she's not worth it, okay? Let the Lord handle her. All right, you might already feel that in spirit she has been attacking you, that she's not your friend, she does not support you. You might, your angels might have given you the heads up already that she has been the one sending you these attacks, okay? But you're being encouraged to just avoid the conflict. She wants to drag you into that low vibrational state so she can distract you from creating whatever it is that you're working on. You're creating because you are partnering up with the Most High God, who is your creator. You're partnering up with him, and you're working on this project together with the Most High God, or with the universe, whatever you want to call it, okay? Yeah, angel of abundance. A steady flow of abundance is about to manifest. You've been manifesting this. You're about to be able to take care of yourself and all of your needs just by being you. Okay, angel of emergence. It's time for the real you to emerge. Yeah, you're becoming who it is you came here to be. And goddess of justice, that came out here twice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. Okay, so all of those things that you've been through, those hardships, the bad choices that you made, the fact that your mother was not there for you, I know it hurts, but it taught you so many things like that you could not learn from a book, that you could not learn if it was not for experience. And that's why you are who you are today. You became a diamond, okay? All right, so that question that I told you to ask, yes or no? All right, I'm gonna, I got the next day. So if you're asking a question about something, it's the next day. And go all out. That's what I got. Yeah, go all out in the next day. So I don't know what that means for you. If it resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, and take care of yourself. Thank you for being here with me. Oh yeah, hype me up.